This time, with friends Becky and Andrew on holes from Torquay, we head out to some Brocantes in Villeneuve, Bias and Morflaken. But first, a quick visit to one of our favourites, Pujols. It's officially one of the most beautiful villages in France, and it's easy to see why. It's November, and the shades of autumn are everywhere.
The fall is coming, I can feel it.
Now, Andrew's a bit of a botanist at heart.
We call them Sharon fruit.
Sharon's fruit.
Sharon fruit. They're really called persimmon or neche pear or diospira.
Diospirus.
Diospirus.
It's a bit more elegant than Sharon's fruit.
Sharon fruit. Yeah. I like Sharon's fruit.
Can you eat them?
Yes, they're delicious.
Originally built as a fortified town, Pujols had to fend off invaders and the elements alike. But somehow it still managed to keep every bit of its charm intact over the centuries. Today, with its Halloween decor, it's more ghosts and ghouls defending its walls. This little town's known for its artistic flair. You'll find galleries, pottery shops and small artisan boutiques that add a modern twist to this ancient village. From the top, you get a sweeping panorama of the Lot Valley that stretches on forever. And down there is Villeneuve-sur-Lot. That's handy, because that's where we're heading next. Villeneuve took a big hit during the COVID pandemic, with many shops having to close. But this resilient town has refused to let a few challenges knock it down. Today it retains a medieval soul, but with a fresh new spirit, where history and modern life come together. It's bustling once more, with coffee shops, restaurants and artisanal boutiques that breathe life back into its ancient streets. But we've come for a little time travelling. And there's no better place than that, than here, the Gallery Adira. A place where you can uncover hidden treasures, add a bit of French history to your home and leave with a sense of connection to the past. This is a truly special experience for anyone who loves antiques and the stories they tell.
What do you think? I can't believe we've been here so many times, it's never been open.
I know.
And it's got an upstairs.
I know, it's massive.
Amongst its offerings, the gallery features a selection of old uniforms, adding a unique historical dimension to its inventory.
That's amazing, isn't it? What is it?
It's got a gun belt too.
Oddly, it's solid silver French cutlery that Andrew and Becky are after.
My shoulders, isn't it?
I think they're getting a little distracted.
But I prefer this one. This one's a little bit more.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice, isn't it?
What do you think this is?
I thought you could put toast in it in the morning, you know, like a toast rack.
For your many guests.
Yeah.
What's the
How much is it?
250. Oh, wow, that's an expensive
It's
toast rack.
expensive. We've got expensive tastes. Does it have to be spoons?
Could be a fork.
Could be a fork.
Oh, you've been framed.
Now this is more my kind of thing. It's in beautiful condition.
That is lovely, Phillips.
So cute.
I wonder if Radio Luxembourg still works on it.
Oh no, bigger toast rack.
What's that behind you?
No.
No, in front of you.
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like junk art, isn't it?
He's cool.
He's brilliant.
Oh, yeah. That's amazing.
Oh, no, the forks. It's fantastic.
I found a real relic here.
Oh.
Oh, it's me.
Now, if you want a bit of fun, Just 10 minutes down the road, we've arrived in Bias and the famous Megatrop 47. It's massive, bursting with everything from priceless antiques to modern oddities, and yes, some tack you'd swear that Grandma tossed out in the 80s. The next morning, we're up early to continue our quest for silver spoons. We're heading to Montflacon, one of France's most charming medieval bastides. Founded in 1256 by Alphonse of Poitiers, the Count of Toulouse and brother of King Louis IV, Montflacon was one of the many fortified towns designed to encourage settlement and trade. And that's still going on with this little beauty perched on its hill, which has been keeping an eye on the countryside like a noble old guard since the 13th century.
Is within 25 minutes of our home. You discover all these beautiful little market towns. They're always sitting on top of the hill with incredible views and beautiful regular markets where you can buy fresh produce, fish, cheese.
It was once a stronghold against the English during the 100 Years' War. Now, every Thursday, it draws Brits to sample the best of its local farm produce. I think for me, this is the most amazing thing about living in this region.
There's a lady who has a farm about half an hour away from here, and she makes all sorts like gloves, scarves, hats from the wool. And they're absolutely beautiful, and it's a real find. People like this you should support. Our friends have bought a hat, which is nice, a beret. As you can see, Becky is modelling a beret. She doesn't get, does she? I know, it's beautiful.
Markets like these, for me, are not just about the produce. They're a real social event where people come to swap recipes, gossip, and even try to haggle. Although, good luck with that. It's November, but still 24 degrees, making a stroll through these medieval streets thirsty work. So it's time for a quick beer ahead of the next Brocantes.
When I was 14, my mum sent me away for 3 weeks to a family to learn French. And what happened then, it was called the Bristol-Bordeaux Exchange. So I would go to stay with a family for 3 weeks, and then the girl would come back and stay with me for 3 weeks. And I made a really good friend through that. So I went for about 3 years on the trot. And I probably learned more French in 3 weeks than I did in 2 years of lessons. And I had my first boyfriend, Pascal, who's French.
Pascal,
oh, I loved him. He dumped me, but I did love him. At one point, he wanted to be my husband, but I was 16 then, and I wasn't allowed. My mum said no, so he went away. But yeah, when we came looking for houses, when I hadn't been to Bordeaux for 40 years, and I just felt at home.
Oh, so do you think that's part of your reason why you settled here now?
Yeah, I would have liked to have been closer to Bordeaux, maybe on the coast or something, but it was just too expensive.
Are you enjoying it though? That's the thing. It looks like
I love it. I love it.
Isn't it lovely to see good friends catching up in the sunshine? But we must push on. We have silver spoons to find. This is the Montique Emporium, a little brocante filled with character and charm. It's an Aladdin's cave of vintage treasures, antiques, and quirky finds from all over France. But sadly, there's no silver spoons or forks for Andrew and Becky, who leave tomorrow. Oh well, they'll just have to come back another time. It's lovely just to slow down, explore, and appreciate the beauty of the past. And that's not just French history.
Oh, I've got one of these. It's not quite as polished as this, but They were given out in the First World War, 1914, by Princess Mary. And they had like a little packet of cigarettes in there, a Christmas card, a little note and a picture of Princess Mary, just for the soldiers on the front line and the sailors who were, you know, on their boats. It was handed out round about sort of Christmas time, just to let the troops know that she was thinking about them, and it was a good morale booster at that time.
Ah, her indoors, such a font of knowledge. But it shows that every item has a story, and sadly, that brings our story to an end. So that's your lot for now. Till the next time, goodbye.